I can raise a calf $300 a head cheaper than I can with the haying program.
We're here with John Chamberlain at Windsor, Missouri, and he has been doing some grazing of grain sorghum planted. He's got some really neat ideas, and William Lee is also here. William's our graduate student that's working on this project. John, what got you started on this?
Well, it was dry weather, and I was looking to feed my cows through the winter.
And you've done this a couple years already, haven't you?
Yes, in my third year. I can raise a calf $300 a head cheaper than I can with the haying program.
Wow, because you don't have the equipment cost and such.
And less land.
And less land, and
per cow.
Right, exactly. And you did this on like 600 head of cows.
I got 500 cows, plus the heifers.
So this has been a pretty intensive system. William, how does this look toward what you're working on?
This is a very cool real world application of actually utilizing the cattle and seeing what the true effect of having the livestock animal will do versus just simulating grazing or simulating biomass collection. And what we're doing, it's good to see it in practice and to see the challenges that actually having livestock will bring to the equation, and maybe what some extra benefits will be versus just out in the research field.
Because not just grazing it in the winter like you all have started doing, but he grazed this back in August, didn't you, John?
Yes.
And now it has some regrowth, and we're talking about what's the quality now, what's the prussic acid issues, so there could be some issues.
Yes, there definitely could be. I mean, you could even see this, the darker color of the leaf had some frost damage. We've done tests to see that, yes, I mean, today there is high prussic acid levels.
John, do you see any drawbacks to this system?
It just takes time to manage it. You got to learning curve.
And you're managing it for a good grain yield of milo, but using the animals to harvest it.
Yes.
Well, William, don't you find that the farmers have so many good ideas?
Oh yes. Going back to, you mentioned the grazing of this younger milo. Yes, I mean the 12% crude protein, 12.25 half. I mean, that's a really good goal to shoot for especially for a fall calving lactating beef cow. And the mature milo, that won't provide it all. But all this leaf material we have in front of us here, the regrowth, I mean, this will be in the 14-15% crude protein. But the only challenge is producing the tonnage needed to meet the requirements.
Wow. And we also talked about using wide rows, didn't you, John? That they go the 60-inch rows and growing something with a perennial crop or an annual crop. So there's lots of things to do. Anything you want to say, John, about this your system?
One man can't unroll enough hay to feed 500 cows in a day. He'd get wore out, wear all his equipment, whereas I can move hot wire in 20 minutes. Move and feed them. They're all fed. They're all happy right now.
Wow. Well, so that's a tremendous amount of time savings there, and your equipment savings, like you said before. Now, you had a good idea. You graze this in August, but you have some mature milo over across the way. So when you start grazing that, you're going to graze both the immature milo and the mature at the same time to get that protein levels up.
Well, that's my plan.
Right.
In the traditional sense of mature grain sorghum, yes, it has all the TDN, all the energy we need in the starch of the grain, but in the mature plant does not allow the protein requirements of the cow.
Something that you want to do next year?
Oh yeah, it's going to be part of my program.
How do you want to change it next year?
Like I said, I like to grow the protein instead of buying it.
Grow the protein.
And like you said, right now, protein's cheap, but in a couple of years,
right.
It may not be cheap.
It may not be.
And energy is what you're really growing here with the grain sorghum.
Yes, with the mature grain sorghum, yes, that's the energy portion. Do you notice that your cows, is there pugging more or less in the sorghum fields?
When the wet season, the frost is going in now, yeah, they will leave tracks.
Okay. But that's being done in your crop field though, where it's much easier versus a pasture situation to fix that issue, correct?
Well, that'd be true. That'd be true.
Just a little something.
We're really in the early stages still, but it's starting to catch on more, as well as getting some more ways to manage our grain sorghum, and that's what's really needed. All right. Well, thanks, John.
Thank you.